This is the eighth video about keep practicing English. Let's go ahead to the topic. And with the previous video, we have talked about like a previous video in this topic about brain structure with the central sulcus. The central sulcus we have introduced it's not quite good. So today we're gonna figure out how central sulcus its function, its meaning, and look more deeper in central sulcus on the part of the brain. So we're gonna figure out. I have searched before a finding from a web page central sulcus from academic kit. Yeah, we should take a look in academic kit. That's resources that we are easy to understand and without any knowledge about the brain structure or um, brain function, psychology knowledge. So take a look. So the page said that the central sulcus either fall in the cerebral cortex, of the brain in a vert the vertebrates 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 a saying c cerebral ce yeah cerebral cere- cerebral cortex is the rotation of our in the outside parts in protection of our brain, like cerebral cortex. It means that cerebral cortex it means that an outside of our brain. I want to say this word part cortical. Yeah, like it's like cerebral cortex. Okay, of the brain in the vertebrae. What is vertebrae? Vertebrates. 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 In the vertebrates. It's also called the central fissure. Central fissure, like it's like a furrow, like a furrow. Yeah. Uh, like we had a parable and it seemed like had a furrow in bottom. Yeah, it can be called like a cortex. Yeah. Um. Uh, this together is the fold in cerebral cortex of the brain in the invertebrate, also called the central fissure. It's what originally called the fissure of Ronaldo or the Ronaldic fissure, Rolandic fissure. The central sulcus is a prominent land is the prominent landmark of the brain. It's a prominent landmark of the brain. Like prominent landmark, like I don't understand this word too. It's quite a prominent landmark of the brain. Okay, we just continue to understand what it means. Separating the part temporal lobe parietal lobe from the frontal lobe. Yeah. Oh, okay. We have know that the brain has many lobes. Yeah, I have a place from a website I have searched already here. It's lucky. Yeah. Uh, the brain we have contain four parts. The first is the frontal lobe, part parietal, and the second is uh, parietal lobe, and temp, and the third temporal lobe, and the last is occipital lobe. Yeah, again, it's here per lobe. The first is frontal lobe. Second is parietal lobe. Third is temporal lobe, and the last is outside parietal lobe. Occipital lobe. Occipital lobe. Yeah, and the central sulcus is the separating the parietal lobe and the frontal lobe, and the central sulcus is the site of the primary motor area in the mammal. The mammal it does contain the like animal like the mammal animal contain like the num sorry, I don't know this word. So the mammal is rest rest breast. Yeah, breast. Either animal has contained breast. So it's a group of cells that control voluntary movement of the body. Yeah, it's a group of controlling voluntary movement. Yeah, voluntary. Yeah, it emphasizes that it's voluntary movement of the body. So uh, so we sum it again. A central circus is a prominent like ah prominent landmark of the brain. Prominent like something that higher. Yeah. One word rock. Yeah. The central circus is a prominent like a prominent is the word that describe a rock like a rock rock a rough rod. It has something that's higher and something equal. And the higher we can easily figure out it and easily visually we can visually see it, and it's called prominent prominent landmark of the brain. It is the separating the parietal lobe from the frontal lobe of the brain. At the central sulcus is the site of the primary motor area in mammals. Primary motor area like a group of cells that control voluntary movement of on our body. And mammal is the word is interesting. It has the mammal is animal with breast. Yeah, and it's called the mammal who like the mammal is animal. Animal is animal. We can call it a mammal too. Yeah, and our human is a mammal too. Um, yeah, so that's just Uh, some main part like central sulcus is fall into the like this word cerebral, yeah, cerebral cortex of the brain in the verter- vertebrates, vertebrates, verter- vertebrates, vertebrates. Yeah, it's also called the central fissure, and it's ordinarily called the fissure of Rolando or Rolandic fissure. And the central sulcus is a prominent like above. You can see landmarks of the brain in separating the parietal lobe from the frontal lobe. The central sulcus is the site of the primary motor area in mammal, a group of cells that control voluntary movement of the body. So, thank you. Goodbye.